Well, historical correction. My arm wasn't twisted. I actually got with a bunch of economists outside of the government who were looking at what was happening in the midst of the Lehman Brothers collapse and what was going to happen. And even though it wasn't a great choice, it was the only choice I had. I could vote for something that would actually delay a precipitous fall in our country or not. And so I chose to do what I thought was best at the time. Hindsight is always a better Monday morning quarterback than out of time. It's probably the toughest vote I've ever cast in the Senate. You talk like you're reading the book I haven't released yet, because in there I make the point that we have a very short window. And, you know, everything continues as it is till it doesn't. Well, think about it. You know, the stock market's up last week, the earnings are good, the employment numbers are better, except, you know, the one number that isn't better is we're at $15.7 trillion in debt and have no way to get out of it. And the debt to GDP ratio is rising. So your point, ultimately, this collapses. I assure you, every day, everything I do, I am working to try to address that problem. And I'm Dick Durbin and all the Democrats call me Dr. Doom. But they've all now come to realize that if we don't do something pretty soon, it's too late. And it very well may not be able to wait past this next presidential election, which is why I will do any type of compromise I can to get our country back on the road to fiscal sanity. Which means that it means we have to enact some tax increases to get some significant spending cuts. I'm going to do it because it's a much better path for us to go than to ignore it and to drop off this cliff that's getting ready to happen. So when we say, you know, when liberals tell me they care about seniors, they don't want anybody touching Medicare or Social Security, I don't believe it. Because if they really did, they'd be busy about saving Medicare and Social Security now. But they're not. And so we do have some time. And let me explain why I think we have some time. It's because we're the least wilted roads in the nation. In other words, we're the least. Europe is sick and Japan is sick. And China's going to have a hard landing. They're going to have a hard landing. We are the safest place in the world, still, to this day. That's going to buy us maybe 12 to 18 extra months as people shed their currencies and come to the U.S. dollar, which will increase our net asset value in terms of our commodities and stock exchanges, but will make us less competitive as their currencies fall and ours rises. But if we don't fix it within that period of time and send the message that we are about to solve our problem, then you will see a run. You'll see in this book a story about what went on that caused the dollar to drop in value 50% in 6 months. And so I would tell you, your point's dead on. The question is, nobody knows the answer to your question.
Could I do a quick follow-up? How serious is the fact that, as I understand it, in the last year, maybe two at most, that China has stopped buying and has been divesting of our debt, while the Federal Reserve, which is creating the money out of total thin air and lending it to us at interest, by the way, which we have to pay taxes to pay, they are now buying 40% or more, I've read, today of United States debt with money created out of nothing. Isn't that really the sign that we're at the end?
It's the sign that we're at the beginning of financial repression and debasement of our currency, which means if you have a fixed retirement and they're going to work in marked inflation into it, or you have a pension, it means the relative buying power of that pension is going to precipitously decline over the next 6 to 10 years. So that is it. There's another good book if you want to be yawn for about 3 hours. It's called This Time It's Different by Ken Rogan and Carmen Reinhardt, two Nobel-winning economists, and they talk about why this time it is different. If we don't fix things, we'll default. And they go through